Good morning. Welcome to First Parish in Waltham. We are so glad you're here. Whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. My name is Dan Diano, and I serve as Assistant Treasurer on the Board of Managers. My pronouns are he and his, and I'm a gray-bearded, brown-haired, bald-headed white man. Here are this week's announcements. We try to make our service as accessible as possible with listening headsets and large print versions of service materials available from our ushers. Paper copies of our weekly newsletter are available at the entrance to the building. If you want to sign up to receive an emailed copy each week, please speak to a greeter or usher. If you didn't complete the questionnaire about the recent anti-trans awareness training, please do it today. Paper forms are available from our ushers. Those joining us over Zoom can find a link in the newsletter emailed on Thursday or on a copy that is available in our website. The training videos are still available, so if you have not completed the training yet, you have time to do so before the end of the church year. Thank you to all of you who helped make the Spring Fair last week a huge success, especially RE Commissioner Pam Penton and the Friendship Finder Committee for organizing it. You have one more day to submit nominations for the Hinckley Award or Good Cookie Awards. Please speak to Deb Jose or see the newsletter for details. The annual report is being written. If you had a committee, your entry is due on May 15th. If you need support to meet this deadline, please contact Emma or Deb. If you know you cannot meet this deadline, please warn Emma, quote, so she doesn't fly into a rage about proofreading. I did not write that. I sincerely hope Emma wrote that. Thank you. Thank you to Vivian Siegfried, our Chalice Children key leader. This is Vivian's last Sunday with us before she heads home for summer. Vivian, we are so grateful for all you have done. We are so grateful for all you have done and the love and care you have shown our kids this year. Have a great summer, and we look forward to seeing you in September. We have a very fun all ages Faith in Action event coming on June 7th, a beep ball softball game with the Boston Renegades. The Renegades are a beep baseball team of blind and visually impaired athletes. All are welcome to join Barry and April after church today in the chapel for an information and Q&A session about this event. We also have our child dedication ceremony coming up. If you're curious about UU child dedications or are interested in having your child or youth dedicated, you are invited to join April for a family Q&A session next Sunday, May 18th, from 12 to 12:30 in the Harrington Room. Child dedications will take place during our worship service on June 1st. I am happy to report that the pledge drive is moving along. We are 2/3 of the way to our goal of $165,000. Now, we don't tell you how much to pledge. We just ask that everybody do pledge, and there's still plenty of time to do that. This is the end of today's announcements. Please check that you have silenced your phone and other noise-making devices. And now, turn around, please, and wave to the people joining us on Zoom. The camera's right there to the right of the exit sign.
Another world is possible. She's calling even. You are not what you produce or make, she cries, and you are at home in yourself. She whispers, you belong into your ear, and screams, you deserve to be free when you forget. Another world is possible if we can only imagine her into being. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world built on those truths? A world where everyone has everything that they need? A world where no one is left out of the circle of care? Can you imagine? May these words shape this sacred space that we create here together. Come, let us worship. Our chalice lighting this morning is Deuteronomy 6:5-9, because the reading that we're going to hear later on is based on a prayer that is based on these words. So we're getting to build from the prayer, from the words, skipping right over the prayer, which is just really these words said out loud in the Jewish tradition, to hearing, musing about it later on. The words go like this. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you with this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. And now will you rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn? It's number 21 in your gray hymnal, For the Beauty of the Earth. Stay standing for our unison affirmation. The words are in your order of service. We will start them with the word love. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. You may sit. Thank you. As fellow travelers on our spiritual journey and as members of this faith community, we try to live hospitable lives of inclusion. With some intentionality, many of us try to reach out to newcomers and make sure we welcome them, and we try to make them feel at home, right? The history of civilization is in many ways a history of change, but hospitality, inclusion, as spoken of in the ancient texts, religious traditions the world over, remains very much the same. It's a powerful expression of our humanity and an enduring reminder of our need for one another, our need to live in community. As a subset of our human family, our church family is constantly changing too. We are in transition more than we sometimes care to admit. People come and go. Babies are born, children grow up, loved ones come to the end of their lives. Individuals move into our community and church life, others leave us, moving away to new places, new experiences, and new opportunities. In striving to remain faithful to our understanding of hospitality today, we share an aspect of that that is sometimes overlooked. Today will mark a time of transition and farewell for our longtime member, who I already clearly care about a little bit, because I felt emotional when I was about to say her name, Joyce Wilburn. Joyce has given decades of service to the endeavor of hospitality here in this congregation in more ways than I could ever begin to name. Joyce, will you stand up here for just a minute with us while we give you a little bit of blessing before you leave us? Joyce is not really leaving us. She will be with us, but she is going to live closer to her daughter. So she will be on Sunday morning in the physical space a little less often, and has been Sunday morning in the physical space for so long that we thought it worth a little bit of blessing and love on her way. Members and friends all assembled here, I know that you are extremely grateful to Joyce for the lasting impact she and her family have had on this place, right? Yes. Do you? Oh, yeah. You can cheer. Will you join me in sharing your blessings with Joyce as she sets out on this next step of her journey? Will you take a deep breath with me as we say a blessing? Great, wondrous mystery, we are grateful for Joyce's presence among us for so many years. As you go forth in your future journey, may we all remember the shared journey that we had, how precious it was, all the gifts it gave us. And may we leave behind the hardships, the shortcomings, the ways in which we all were not always our best selves, because so much beauty and joy there is to remember. May you take with us all the wisdom and grace that you shared with us and we shared with you and went around in a circle forever and ever. And will you know that whenever you need to return to us, whether via Zoom or in person, we will be here to welcome you and remind you that you are always at home wherever you go. And while you leave this physical space, know that your spirit remains here always in ways that cannot be undone. You are in this wood, in the walls, in this people, in ways that we might never really be able to quantify. You have left quite a mark on us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Will you again share your blessings with Joyce? You can do that out loud and raucously if you like. Do you want to say that right now or during Joys and Sorrows? It's really up to you. You can say it now if you want. now that we're all paying attention to you.
I don't think I can say it.
She had prepared a joy or sorrow to say farewell, so she's gonna say it now instead.
Good morning.
Here, just hold that right up.
I want to light a candle for this beloved community and one for my dearest David, whose birthday is today. We came to this church 49 years ago. We had been members of Marble Collegiate Church in New York City and were married by Reverend Norman Vincent Peale. Much later, attending the Sloan School, we had planned to return to Croton-on-the-Hudson. We bought a house here as an investment, of course. But the company in Ossining, where David was part owner, was sold. So we stayed in Massachusetts. And after considerable church searching, we came to First Parish, following an amazing sermon on WCRB, founded by Ted and Natalie Jones, and they became our good friends. It's not just about remembering, it's the painful process of relearning how to be in a world that feels completely different. And that is being here without my darling David. I am now moving to the Cape to be near my daughter, Melissa. Thank you for your friendship, your love, emotional support all these years, and God bless you all on this journey of life. I love this place.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Good morning, friends. Good morning. My name is April Rosario. I'm the Director of Faith Formation here. I am a Black woman in my late 30s with medium-length dreadlocks. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm so excited to be with all of you today. Now, I will tell you though, I struggle with today. Today has a name. It's Sunday. There's another thing that happens today. Anyone know what it is? Oh, I see some in the front row. Y'all want to shout it out? Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. And I have a funky relationship with Mother's Day, I'll be honest with you. So when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a story today, I thought, Mother's Day is really just a reminder for all the ways we are nurtured and all the ways we nurture others. So I thought, light bulb moment, I'll take my cue from that and tell you a story about nurturing. And it starts like so many of my favorites do. So if you have been here before, please help our newest friends who have arrived know how I like to start so many of my stories. They start with, once upon a time. Once upon a time. Oh my goodness, something's happening. Something is happening to Emma. Emma is our music director, and there was a shriek from the piano. Emma! I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pause my story. I'm so sorry. Emma! What's happening? Something's happening. Emma is sad. It's okay, Emma. I have a bag of things. Something is wrong. Maybe Emma is uncomfortable. Would you like a cushion? I have a yellow cushion in my hands. Would you like a cushion? Will a cushion help? Oh, I don't know what's happening. Emma's just making sounds. Oh, maybe not a cushion. Oh, are you okay? I'm looking. No. Okay. What about colored pencils? Would you like to color? No. Oh, Emma does not want to color. Okay, pencils down. Oh, something's wrong. What about Play-Doh? I have yellow Play-Doh. It's a great fidget.
I do not like Play-Doh.
Oh, Emma does not like You must be hungry. We're gonna pretend these are gluten-free. I have gluten-free granola bars.
Are you trying to kill me?
We're pretending, Emma! Emma's not hungry. Oh my goodness. What about water? Everyone needs to stay hydrated. Maybe. Okay, we'll put this one over here. Oh, a maybe is not doing it. I think something is still wrong with Emma. I know, Emma loves music. Maybe there's been too much talking, not enough music. I have an egg shaker we made. It's a percussion instrument.
You want me to throw it at you?
No, she's gonna throw it at me. Okay, no egg shaker. Okay, how about a poppet fidget? These work great in my house. She's giving me a look. Gonna put that one to the side. That's a no-go. Okay, how about a book?
Hopeless.
It's a great
It's
one.
hopeless.
Where I was gonna tell a story. Where the wild things are. No, no, not
think
where the
that's
wild
me.
things are. Emma, my bag is empty. There's nothing left. I'm trying really hard to nurture Emma. I'm trying really hard to take care of her. I have all of these things, but I don't know what's wrong. Someone said she needs a hug. Can I give you a hug, Emma? Ooh, no. I'm just gonna take 2 steps this way. A hug is not gonna help Emma. Ask her what's bothering her. Emma, what's the matter?
I'm happy sad.
Oh, happy sad?
Happy sad.
Emma, I need more details. I don't know what that means.
We did this incredible training on anti-trans awareness. And 47% of the people who filled in the form want to be an ally.
That's great.
But they didn't tell me their names.
They didn't
I
tell
only
her
got
their
3 names out of that, and I can't invite them to the next step of the training if I don't know who they are.
Emma, do you need help?
I do, because there were over 40 grown-ups in last week's service, and I only got 21 forms back.
Oh, Emma.
People just don't care. They don't care about the work that I do.
I don't think
And that
that's
you
true. I don't think that's true, Emma.
But
I don't think that's true. I think sometimes we need to remind people we want to be nurturing. We want to take care of everybody. That's true for so many of us. But we're not mind readers. Any of my friends in the front row ever had a grown-up say, "We're not a mind reader. We don't know what you need." Oh, look at all these hands go up. We remind our kids and our youth that all the time. Maybe we need to remind everybody. We're not mind readers.
the forms are on the newsletter. That newsletter is on our website. There are forms at the front. There are forms over there. There are pencils.
Okay, we hear you. To nurture Emma, Emma needs information. So, what are the 3 things you need, Emma?
I need you to fill in a form
Fill in a form,
and either give it in during the offertory,
give it
or
into
do
the
it
offertory
online,
or online.
and tell us the truth.
Tell us the truth. We want to help. We want to nurture. But we're not mind readers. And so if we don't know what kind of help you need or what kind of nurturing you need, we're gonna get it wrong. Because we're not mind readers. So, not a cushion for comfort. We'll put that back in the bag. Not a storybook.
No,
Not the Play-Doh.
no.
Not the egg shaker.
No.
Don't want that being thrown at me. Definitely not the Poppet. Not the pretend gluten-free granola bars. The real gluten-free granola bars were eaten. Not the colored pencil. We'll leave the water. That was a maybe. Okay, we'll leave the water.
And thank you for listening.
You're welcome. I'm gonna pop back over here. I think my time is up, so I'm not gonna tell you a story today. But I will leave you with a challenge because, I am April. So here is your challenge today. As you spend this day in whatever way makes sense for you, remember those that are nurturing you. If you are nurturing someone, take a second and know all you have done. Whether you are being nurtured or doing the nurturing, remember that we are not mind readers. And so the best way to give nurturing is to ask what the person needs. The best way to receive nurturing is to be willing to go out on a limb and say what you need. And with that in mind, I invite you all to rise hold on, not yet, Liam. In body or spirit, we're not headed out yet for our next hymn, which is Hush 1040.
I'm having the
And we've come to the time in our service where we have an opportunity to share our joys, our sorrows, our milestones with one another so that we might feel held through the twists and turns that make up our lives. If you have something to share here in the sanctuary, you can make a line at this table here. Please go ahead and light a candle as you're waiting for your turn to speak, and then come a little bit further so that you can speak from the microphone. You can remind us your name and your pronouns, and please share briefly so that everyone has a chance that wants to share fully. And then if you have something to share on Zoom, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I'll read it out loud for everyone. Great. And we know that there are always joys, sorrows, complicated mixtures of emotions or cycles that are all the things at once that are too tender to be shared publicly. So we light a final candle in honor of all that we hold still in our hearts. Will you stay with me in this prayerful, reflective, magic space for a moment? Do whatever is right for you in your body to prepare for something important. Maybe that's closing your eyes or lowering your gaze, turning to your breath for a moment, changing your posture in whatever way calls to you. Great mystery, joy, woe, and all the feelings in between sure are woven fine sometimes, aren't they? It can be hard to tease it all apart when the tears come from unbelievable gratitude, when we bubble over with happiness for someone leaving our side. So many of life's milestones are not clearly one or another, but all of the feelings, all woven around. Gratitude for all that has been given to us by the people that have touched us, by the animals that have touched us, by all the family members that we draw into our circles in all the different sizes of circle that are beloved to us. Even as we grieve the losses at the same time. Today is complicated for so many people. You deserved a nurturing, loving parent of whatever gender or gender expression. And for so many, this day can be so fraught with all of the ways in which our parents fell short by just being human, because we all fall short all the time, though some do an especially large or big job of falling short in ways that can leave lasting impacts and make this day and so many days so hard. And so many of us come here with complicated relationships to our own parenting. Even those who find so much joy and love and power and beauty in nurturing young ones or just each other, it can be so complicated too, right? And the path to parenting or nurturing of all sorts can be fraught. So whatever you bring to this day, as a normal Sunday or as a special day set aside when we celebrate some of our parents, it is all welcome here. It is all welcome in this circle of care. You can feel whatever you need to feel and know that you are not alone in that. And if you have the courage to name it out loud, there will be people who will reach out for you. There will be people who will listen and will attempt to nurture you. May all of us have that courage. And may we practice that now in a time of quiet where we imagine the nurturing relationships that we wish to see in our lives and in the world, or where we let the yearnings of our heart, whatever they are, be spoken in our minds so that they might become real. be so. Blessed be, and amen. In response to our prayer, we'll sing about the earth mother that always feeds us. You can stay sitting. It's in your teal hymnal. It is 10, I wrote it down, 1069. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Will you join me? Each week we set aside a time in our service to honor the practice that is so core to our faith of generosity. It is a time where we remember all that we are grateful for. Let that gratitude bubble up within us and perhaps overflow into sharing all that we have received with a community, with each other, with those that might be in need. This space is made possible by the gifts of so many people throughout time and history and today. If you are a guest, your presence is gift enough. Whenever it is right for you, if you find a home here, you may give as freely as you like. Our offering will now be gratefully given and received. the reading? Louise. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. She got it. She's coming. Thanks.
Good morning. My name is Louise, and I am a white woman, 66 years young, with curly, blondish hair down to about my shoulder. And I'm wearing a bright pink shirt with some sparkles, because I love sparkles, and a black fuzzy vest that I love that keeps me warm. Via Hafta by Aurora Levins Morales. Say these words when you lie down and when you rise up, when you go out and when you return, in times of mourning and in times of joy. Inscribe them on your doorposts, embroider them on your garments, tattoo them on your shoulders, teach them to your children, your neighbors, your enemies. Recite them in your sleep, here in the cruel shadow of empire. Another world is possible. Thus spoke the prophet Roque Dalton. Altogether, they have more death than we, but altogether, we have more life than they. There is more bloody death in their hands than we could ever wield, unless we lay down our souls to become them, and then we will lose everything. So instead, imagine winning. This is your sacred task. This is your power. Imagine every detail of winning, the exact smell of the summer streets in which no one has been shot, the muscles you have never unclenched from worry, gone soft as newborn skin, the sparkling taste of food when we know that no one on earth is hungry, that the beggars are fed, that the old man under the bridge and the woman wrapping herself in thin sheets in the back seat of a car, and the children who suck on stones nest under a flock of roofs that keep multiplying their shelter. Lean with all your being towards that day, when the poor of the world shake down a rain of good fortune out of the heavy clouds, and justice rolls down like waters. Defend the world in which we win as if it were your child. It is your child. Defend it as if it were your lover. It is your lover. When you inhale and when you exhale, breathe the possibility of another world into the 37.2 trillion cells of your body until it shines with hope. Then imagine more. Imagine rape is unimaginable. Imagine war is a scarcely credible rumor that the crimes of our age, the grotesque inhumanities of greed, the sheer and astounding shamelessness of it, the vast fortunes made by stealing lives, the horrible normalcy it came to have is unimaginable to our heirs, the generations of the free. Don't waver. Don't let despair sink its sharp teeth into the throat with which you sing. Escalate your dreams. Make them burn so fiercely that you can follow them down any dark alleyway of history and not lose your way. Make them burn clear as a starry drinking gourd over the grim fog of exhaustion, and keep walking. Hold hands, share water, keep imagining so that we and the children of our children's children may live.
Amen. Thank you, Louise. Can you imagine such a place? It's daunting, right? Can you imagine it? Can you begin to imagine it, even just a little bit? Have you done that before? A little bit? So much of what gets in our way sometimes in trying to create this other world, create a world so vastly different from the one we live in. is our imagination. And I'm going to talk next week all about how important that is and what gets in the way. But today, let's just dive right into practice instead of talking about it, okay? So we're going to practice imagining another world in 3 different stages together. And then we're going to share out a little bit on Post-its about what we imagined. Let me explain a little bit more first before I lead you through a little bit of sort of guided imagery. We have a world here, a world I made with my children. There's some symbolism there, I suppose. They really especially helped paint the glittery outside. If it's not glittery to you, come look like this a little bit at it, and it might glitter with stars on the outside. And what I'll ask you to do when we are ready to share is to put your Post-its right there on the world. Maybe you put the green ones on the green and the blue on the blue so we can create another world on top of this world out of Post-its. And the greens and the blues will be different. So after we do our little imagining together, I will ask you to put on your blue Post-its, because blue is a symbol of water, which is a symbol of transformation, anything about the spaces you imagine that you want to share. There's no rules. There's markers. You could draw something. The blue ones, you get to do whatever you want with that might capture some of what this world felt like, looked like, was like for you. On the green ones, I'll ask you one, if you can. You can have more than one green one, but put on the green one actionable small thing that you think you can do right now or in the next week or so to start to make that world a reality. So it will just be a thing, but every building block, right, moves us in the direction. That make sense? Everybody's clear on the directions before we start imagining together? Okay. We're going to do this in 3 sections. So I'll ask you first to think about the smallest community you want to start with. Is that your family of origin? Is that your chosen family that you've created? Is that both of those together? Because those both count as one family. Is it your closest group of friends? Something on the smaller side, right? The medium one you could choose would be your church community, your work family, your city, something on the medium side. That makes sense? And then the big one, you could do the whole world if that's not really daunting for you, right? Some people can't think that big. That's okay. Some people, it's better to think that big, because if you think about just the United States, you might get a little bit tripped up by all the things wrong there that you have to start thinking around. But part of what I'm going to ask you to do is, instead of thinking about what's wrong and then fix it, is think about what's right. Think about what love, centering loves looks like, and go from there. Let it build from the hope and the beauty and the love that you see and that you feel and that you create, rather than going from what's wrong to how to fix it. Make sense? That'll help you imagine a little bit easier without getting tripped up by all of the reality. Because reality is what gets in the way of our imagination a lot of the time too, right? All the things that say, no, that's not possible, because look at what happened here, and look at what happened here, and look at what happened here, right? So let's just take a couple deep breaths. And again, just like when we pray each week, maybe there's something you want to do in your body to prepare yourself for this imagining time. Maybe that's a few deep breaths. And for many of us, closing our eyes, or at least lowering our gaze, really helps us to imagine a little bit better, so that you can wipe out all of the visual stimulation that would otherwise be in front of you. And we're going to start with whatever smallest community you chose, and I'm going to call it your family. And know that I mean that word in the broadest possible sense, that I could ever bring to that word. Your family. Wiping away whatever has been the hardest about your journey with your family, those who are here and those who are gone. Imagine your dearest family surrounding you, embracing you, gathering together. Where are you? Are you in a home, a park, a beloved place where you continue to go with this group of people? See if you can see all of your surroundings. Take a visual turn around. Who is there with you? Anyone could be there. We are not constrained in our imagination by those who have passed through a veil. So who is there with you? What looks do they have on their faces? How do they smell? What does the space smell like? What are you eating? Can you feel the taste in your whole body? What do you feel in your body when you are in that place? When you are surrounded by your love? What is your dream for your family? Who's missing? How might you welcome them in? What sensations do you feel in your body now, here? What does this imagining evoke for you? Is there a tension anywhere in your physical space? Any heat or tingling? Or anything feeling more relaxed? You can stay there as long as you like. As I fall down the stairs, you're all fine. Stay there as long as you like. I'm fine. I shouldn't have woken you all. I don't want that to wake you all from wherever you are. Holding that space and the love of that space in your body. Take a couple Post-its and pass them around. Take a couple of each color. And when you're ready with this first small space, here, I'll give you one of each too. You can start here. I'm going to start here, over here. And then I'm going to go over here. Take a couple of those. All right. And then I'm going to start. When you have, you guys are great. You're just figuring it out for me. So a reminder, when you're ready, anything about this place for you goes on your blue one. One small actionable thing you can do goes on your green one. And you hold on to it, we'll all bring them up to the earth when we're done with all three. Anyone want markers? Oh. Colored pencils, markers. And I have pencils too. Here. Okay, I'm gonna leave this with you to pass down, and I'll get some more. There's regular pencils too. If you want to grab a few. Yeah. Don't be shy. If you want colors, come up and get colors. Okay. Anyone else want pencils? Great. And y'all are still waiting on Post-its back here. That would be helpful. Yeah. All right. Can you take a few off there for you? Yeah. So I can pass them out. Perfect. And then a few green ones. Perfect. Thanks. Perfect. And then, can you take a few off and then pass them around to the back? Thanks, friends. You need some more Post-its down here. Okay. Who has more Post-its they can share? Can I steal a couple of those too? When you've had a few, do you want pencils or markers? Okay, got a couple, pink and green. Here, grab a couple of these too. You're gonna need a couple of the green ones too. Oh, you got some. Okay, great. All right. I'm working on it, John, thanks. Okay. I handed her the whole stack, so you can grab some of those. Okay. Yeah. And folks on Zoom, I'm going to come and write down those too. So you can drop them in the chat, and I will add them to our earth. Okay. Everyone has what they need, or is close to having what they need? Raise your hand if you don't have what you need. Okay, great. If there's more colors, if people decide they want more colors, go ahead and write down for your first, what's your family's, your imagining dream family? And when you have that, we'll start imagining the next bigger space, another dream, what could be possible. If we all nurtured each other a little bit more fully, what could be possible? If we all centered love, what could be possible? The blue ones are just anything you want to share about your experience or what, and then the green ones are one small actionable thing that you could do that might make that dream family a reality, that foundationally could get you there, so that we all can be inspired by each other's at the end. Okay, let's take another couple of deep breaths so we can move on to the next big space. So the medium-sized space, friends, is maybe your church, maybe it's your work family, maybe it's the city of Waltham if you live here, or the city that you live in, or maybe it's just your neighborhood, the people that are directly around you. Whatever that medium-sized space is, or maybe you're a big thinker and your medium space is like all of Massachusetts or New England, and because you're really just thinking broadly. Oh, okay. So whatever your medium space is, call it into mind. Prepare your body again, whatever way is right for you, to go back into your imagining. Take a big, deep breath. Maybe you close your eyes. Green is one thing you can do. So one more time, green is one thing you can do towards making that dream a reality. Blue is anything you want to share about what that dream looks like. And there's no grade, so if you do it somewhat differently, it'll still be beautiful. So you don't have to do it exactly the way I tell you, if that's not right for you. So we are imagining now, wiping away all the things that are wrong and complicated and fraught about whatever our community is, that is our community that we want to imagine something more profoundly beautiful. Maybe you focus on the things that are so beautiful and so important and so wonderful already in this world for you, in this community for you. When you imagine gathering with them, where are you? Are you in a building or are you outside? What does that building look like, smell like, feel like? Or what does that outdoor space look like, feel like, smell like? See if you can bring yourself there as much as you can, turning all the way around in your imagination so that you can 360 view what this space is and who is there. Who is in your community and who is missing? Who do you yearn to welcome into that space? Who do you yearn to welcome better into that space? How does it feel physically to be surrounded by that community? How do you yearn for that community to listen to you better, to hear what you need better? And how might that be possible? Maybe you imagine yourself having the courage to say what it is you need in that community out loud. How does it feel in your body to be surrounded by them? How does it feel in your body, here in this room, to be imagining that community? What are you doing together? What are you eating? And how does it taste? When you are ready, when you feel fully wrapped up in that space and fully otherworldly in what it could become, when it looks very little like what it looks like now, perhaps, when you've got all the touchstones that make that other world, that other incarnation of that community start to come alive in your mind. When you are ready, you can let your eyes gently flutter open, and you can write down on your blue Post-it anything that you want to say or anything that you want to draw or express about what that felt like, about who was there, about what was needed. Anything that feels important to you about that imagining, so that it might be cast into the water of transformation. And on your green Post-it, you can share one small thing that you can do somewhat right away that might build that world or start to build that world, that community. Are we ready to go really big? Are we ready to go really big? This is a yes or no question. So go as big as you feel that you can go. Maybe the biggest for you is the state or the country. Maybe you're thinking about the whole world. Maybe you're thinking about the whole world, and maybe this isn't your primary part of the world, and you're thinking about a different part of the world because that's what's most on your heart. That's great too. See if you can envision a world so unlike this one, though made up of humans and creatures, that is centered on love, that is centered on loving one another as deeply as the prayer asked us to love God, because it's the same thing. What might that look like? Where are you when you imagine this world? Are you on a busy city street? Or a rolling hill? A pasture? Are you in a home that is part of a thriving community, but that is connected to so many other thriving communities? Do you feel supported and loved, and why? Who is there with you, and who is missing? What does that world feel like, smell like, taste like? How do you know it's different? How do you know that the world is centered on love differently than it is now? What signs do you see? How does it feel in your body to be in that space? Are you resting? Are you hiking? Are you sitting in meditation? What is happening for you in this new world where you do not have to hustle to earn your worth anymore, and you don't have to hustle to make the world better anymore? What might you do instead? What might you do instead? Imagine the whole world, or whatever subset of it you can wrap your brain around, making every choice for the good of all. Lean into that space. Draw it up out of your imagination into the world. Imagine it with your whole heart. Teach that to your children and nurture it into being. Whenever you are ready, you may flutter your eyes open and express whatever was most true and real for you about the transformation in that world on your blue Post-it. And whatever small, actionable step you can see towards the creation of that third-sized world on one of your green Post-its. And if you have 3 or so of each, you could begin to make your way to put it up on the earth so that we can all see each other's. If you have something on Zoom, are there more Post-its out in the world? Is there a stack left over, or did we use all of them? There's some in the back. I'm going to come grab those so I can put, awesome. I'm going to put the ones from Zoom up as well. So if you have something on Zoom and you haven't already shared it in the chat, it would be especially helpful to me if you tell me which level you're sharing about as you're sharing so that I can write it down accurately and put it on our world that we're creating together every single day. Oh, I would love that. Thank you. Is it all gonna fit? Yeah. Great. Thanks. Perfect. Oh, the world can't contain it. It's overflowing over the world. This is right. All is right in the world when the world can't contain it. I have loving kindness to all. Look at this beautiful thing. I hope that you all come up after we're done and take some time to read each other's, or maybe we'll bring it into coffee hour so we can spend time with it in there, because I can't wait to read all of yours. Just the ones that I can see are getting me all excited about what we might create together. Another world is calling, and you are answering her call. Will you rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn? It's number 1014, Answering the Call of Love. Another world is indeed possible. In fact, we are birthing her here and now. You have together woven some magic that is creating that world, a world where all of us truly matter, where we cherish each other as precious just for existing, a world centered on love. Another world is calling to you. And we are answering, hands joined together, hearts beating as one. We are connected, powerful, and so deeply, deeply loved. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. Go now and bless this beautiful and broken world.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.